Hello there, welcome back. This was our progress at the end of day one of work. This is video 2 in the series. We took the suspension off, and let me tell you, that sucker is heavy. Anyhow, here's what we have. I stripped the frame of all of its doodads so we can kind of clearly see what's happening here. So right here is where the spring bracket used to be. These are the front bolts, these are the rear bolts. The front spring bracket was right here. The position of the spring, the front spring bracket, is critical because that's the thing that determines alignment. We don't have to be super precise with it yet because we're not placing the spring bracket yet, but we're doing some measuring to figure out where the cut is going to be. So I have a little tape here representing the front bolt line of the spring bracket as it was, and then here's a tape line 18 inches back representing where the spring bracket is going to be. Now, we don't care that there's a hole right here. This frame is not going to be here. This is just for reference to tell us where we're going to make the cut. So, this is the stiffener, this is the frame, this is where the new spring bracket is going to be. So this is the area I have to make my cut. I'd like to make an angular cut, but since I have so little room, I really don't think that's gonna yield any fruit. I don't think it's gonna make sense to make an angular cut. So I wanna be, in between here and here. So I think my cut is gonna be right alongside this rivet here. Cut the frame right here. And that's going to leave me with a 4-foot chunk of frame. This is going to be gone. This frame is going to be gone. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to take it to the milling machine and cut a 1/2 inch out of the middle of it, all along the length of it. Just run it through. So I can make this frame a 1/2 inch shorter, so then this piece becomes the doubler for the cut. So then this piece is going to go in behind to support the cut. And it's going to be, through bolted. I'm going to use the existing bolt holes from the old spring flange, and I may have to add a few more bolt holes right here. It's going to be through bolted on this end and throughout. The whole thing's going to be through bolted. We don't want to weld the doubler in place because we want to make sure that the frame has room to stretch and flex. And if we weld the doubler in place, that's going to create more problems than it solves. Anyhow, so that's the plan for today. I still haven't taken out that, those cross members and stuff. Oh, by the way, since there is now going to be an additional doubler on the inside, we have to actually shorten this cross member by 1/2 inch. It's not a big deal, just cut it and shorten it by 1/2 inch, weld it back together. Why 1/2 inch? Because this metal is a 1/4 inch thick, and there's going to be an additional 1/4 inch on the inside here, and an additional 1/4 inch on the inside over there. That makes a 1/2 inch, and then this cross member won't fit. So anyway, that's the plan. What I'm going to do today is work on fully leveling the chassis. I'm close to level here. I'm not quite where I need to be. But I'm going to level the whole thing, make sure it's all straight, and then do some cuts, cut the frame, and I think I should be able to make my doublers today too. I don't know, we'll see if I have time to do that. It would be nice to have the doublers done so we can start installing the new frame rails tomorrow. Anyway, that's where we're at. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.